What's up, guys? This is Justin. I'm here with Greg.
Hey.
We ran a series of features on IGN recently asking people about their best memories of waiting in line for a console or unboxing a console or the first one they bought with their own money. We got so many interesting answers that we decided to pull out a few of them and share them with you at home. This one comes from Gifted Gamer 81.
I don't think he's that gifted.
You don't even know this guy.
No, well, he's old too, 81. He's
you
not
think
good at
that's
games
you
anymore.
think that's his date of birth?
Yeah, that's how it
One
usually
of
goes.
those deals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says, my little sister and I received an NES system, so the age checks out.
Uh-huh.
He says, my little sister and I received an NES jointly one year.
Cool.
It had the Mario Duck Hunt cart and also had Super Mario Bros. 3. That's a great combination.
Yeah, that's a really good year.
He says, about 2 years later, I remember coming down to play it, only to discover that my older sister took it upon herself to sell it to her boyfriend at the time.
What? She can't even do that legally. It wasn't hers. It was younger sister and him.
I'm glad you caught
Older
that.
sister
I wasn't
can't.
going to point that out to you. I was going to see if Greg Miller connected the dots on that
Greg
one.
Miller is always connecting the dots in these video game detective mysteries.
Do you think the older sister kept the money?
Yeah.
That's sketchy.
She probably used it on some kind of like condoms or something to use with a boyfriend.
That could possibly be. My question for you, Greg, is did you ever have any situation in your life where like someone sold like your family, like, oh, I'm gonna go play the N64, can't find the cart, you don't know what happened?
Yeah.
You don't have any brothers or sisters?
No, I was an only child. The only thing I have similar to this is that when I had my PS2 and Metal Gear Solid 2 came out, Sons of Liberty, of course.
Yeah.
I went crazy and did everything in it, and I got every dog tag, and I got every ghost photo, and I had. I mean, like I
think I know where you're going with that. I'm in pain already.
Memory card, and the memory card was devoted just to Metal Gear, and I put it in the Metal Gear case because you know the old PS2 cartridges you could put the things, or not cartridges, in the cases you could put the memory card in there, shut it up, seal it up. And in college, I'd already forgotten about it years later. One of my friends was like, "Oh, can I borrow that?" I'm like, "Sure, you can." And he took it, and he took it home, and he came back, and he's like, "Here you go." And I was like, "Great." And I opened up, I'm like, "There's no memory card in here." I had a complete save, yada yada. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I left it home." He's like, "Does it really matter that much?" And I'm like, "Yes." And he's like, "All right, well, I'm gonna go back, I guess, next weekend. I can get it." And he came back with a memory card and gave it to me. It wasn't even the same memory card.
Oh my God.
And it was like one of those things I was never gonna play Metal Gear Solid 2 on that PS2 again.
Nope.
But it was the principle of having it.
I'm upset. That was what, like 10 years ago?
Yeah.
I'm upset on your behalf.
Thank you.
That's really
I'm
bad.
glad you're there for me.
That was your roommate, you said?
Yeah.
You still talk to him?
No.
Yeah, for sure.
That was it. I was like, he's a bad guy.
He doesn't get it. Anybody at home gets it. If they're watching this video, they understand your pain. Or maybe not the kids these days, because it's all on hard drives.
Well, your hard drive gets erased. You can,
Yeah.
you can have that.
Oh, that's making me cringe.
I hope, in the same way I don't talk to that roommate anymore, I hope that man doesn't talk to his older sister anymore.
Yeah, for sure. I know blood is thicker than water, but you can't mess with someone's NES with Duck Hunt and Mario Bros.
Don't
3.
do that.
We have a comment here on the first console purchase. This comes from RoboFrance 2049. He says, my first console was an N64. Blew an entire paycheck on the console and 007.
Ooh.
I didn't think far enough ahead that I may have wanted to wait one more week so I could still afford food and my bus pass.
That's awesome.
I would spend all day at work, not eat, walk home for 40 minutes, and instead of eating or resting, pop in GoldenEye and play till my alarm went off to walk back to work.
That's a crazy story. That's not possible.
I lost about 30 pounds that pay period.
Wow.
This is how dedicated RoboFrance 2049 is.
Well, more how short-sighted he is, I think. It would be dedicated if he was like, I'm going to do this.
If he had it to do over again, maybe he would consider waiting
a little bit longer,
so he
yeah,
doesn't
probably.
almost die.
Yeah.
Although I do have to wonder, I think if you don't eat or sleep for a week.
He had like, the cracker packets and stuff like that.
You know what's a good tip out there? Mix beans and rice up. Beans and rice and tortillas, you can eat off that for like a week.
There you go.
This is what we were college students. Did you like? Because when I was
I hate beans. I won't eat them.
Oh, that's right. You don't do the beans. I forgot
Easy
about
Mac.
that.
I eat a lot of Easy Mac in college.
That was I think everyone in college has their thing where like I'm buying. For me, it was like Eternal Darkness. Like, I gotta buy this game. I don't really have $60, but I gotta get this game. And then, so obviously it's the ramen noodles.
Yeah.
That's the obvious one. But I'm telling you, people out there, beans and rice, throw some salsa in there, you'll eat for like a week.
I liked Easy Mac. That was the thing. Two
Easy
packets,
Mac.
you dump them in there, you get them going, and you put some Tabasco in there. You're all set. Salt and pepper.
Did you ever spend more money than you had to spend on a game or a
All
console?
the time. Yeah. There was a time. I mean, I was taking piano lessons. I was like, I want to learn to play piano, right?
All right.
And I had gotten for Christmas. I'd been taking them long enough. I finally revealed to my family I was doing this. I got a keyboard.
No, wait. You were taking piano lessons in secret?
Yeah. It's one of those things. I don't know if you know this about me. If I'm not sure if I'm going to stay with something, I don't go public with it and just start announcing it. Because then everybody asks you, how's that going? You're like, oh, actually, I stopped doing that a month ago.
How old were you?
I was in college. So I was out on my own, similar to the story with the Easy Mac or whatever, the tortillas.
All right, I want you to finish your story. We're going to come back to this.
Okay, so I was driving to my piano lesson at one point, and then like I forget what it was. It must have been an ad on I had an EGM, I think I got in that, and I was reading it before I took off, and I realized Prince of Persia was out.
Yeah.
And it had just come out, like it had the release date, and that was like today. And I was driving, and I'm like, no, I'm not going to do piano lessons anymore. And I went and bought Prince of Persia Sands of Time and never went back to piano lessons.
And now you're at IGN.
Now I'm at IGN. I have a keyboard that I can't play.
I think it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
That you took secret piano lessons.
I'm doing things right now you don't even know about.
What are they?
I'm not gonna tell you. And maybe if in a couple weeks when they've stuck, I'll tell you what I'm up to.
Did you have a vision in your head where you're just like, boom, expert piano player like secret and no one knew?
That was the other thing too, that I was like, I wanted that, sure.
Yeah.
I wanted to show up, but then you're playing songs like Amazing Grace. It's like, this sucks.
I don't even know. All right. This has been People's Console Memories. We got a little bit off track on that one, but I felt like,
it's all the same boat.
well, like once we went down that tunnel, I'm like, the only way out is through.
Sure.
You guys.
This is the final one. We needed a good finale. There it is. I do things in secret, and then if I commit to it, I tell you about it.
We don't rehearse these ahead of time. I had no idea you were about to drop that.
That's what I do.
Piano bomb on me. We've been doing this all week long. People had a lot of really interesting stories about their first console purchases. I hope you have enjoyed these. Remember, if you leave a comment on IGN, we might just answer it on camera. For everything video games, make sure you're keeping it locked to IGN.
I'm Ray William Johnson, and I approve this message.